Stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that might surprise many of you. We're going to talk about a snack that's often misunderstood and unfairly demonized, the humble pork rind. That's right. You might see it as just another junk food, but what if I told you that when eaten correctly, pork rinds can actually be a powerhouse of nutrition? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll look at this crunchy snack in a whole new light. So, what exactly are pork rinds? Simply put, they are fried or roasted pork skin. For centuries, our ancestors practiced nose-to-tail eating, making sure no part of the animal went to waste. Pork skin was a valuable part of this philosophy, providing essential nutrients that we've largely forgotten in our modern diet. The process is straightforward. The skin is simmered to render the fat, then it's cut into pieces and dehydrated. The final step is deep frying, which causes the skin to puff up into the light, airy, and crunchy snack we know. Now, let's get to the good stuff, the health benefits. The first and most controversial point is the fat. For decades, we've been told to fear fat, especially saturated animal fat. But emerging science is painting a very different picture. Pork rinds are rich in fat, but it's a specific kind of fat that's incredibly beneficial. A significant portion of the fat in pork rinds is monounsaturated fat, the same type you find in heart-healthy olive oil. This type of fat is fantastic for your cardiovascular system. It helps maintain healthy cholesterol levels by supporting the good HDL cholesterol and keeping the bad LDL cholesterol in check. But it doesn't stop there. These fats are also crucial for brain health. Our brains are made up of nearly 60% fat, and they need a constant supply of high-quality fats to function optimally. The fats from pork rinds provide the building blocks for brain cells, support cognitive function, and can even help protect against age-related cognitive decline. So, instead of reaching for a sugary snack that will cause your energy to crash, a handful of pork rinds can provide clean, stable fuel for your brain. Speaking of fuel, let's talk about energy. How many times have you eaten a snack, only to feel hungry and sluggish an hour later? That's the classic sugar crash. This happens when you consume snacks high in refined carbohydrates. They spike your blood sugar, give you a quick burst of energy, and then you crash hard. Pork rinds are a game changer in this department. Because they are essentially zero carb, they provide a source of sustained energy without the roller coaster ride. The fat and protein are digested slowly, giving you a steady release of energy that can last for hours. This makes them an excellent snack for that mid-afternoon slump, or to keep you going between meals without disrupting your focus. Now, let's talk about protein. Pork rinds are packed with it. Protein is essential for just about everything in your body. It builds and repairs tissues, makes enzymes and hormones, and is a vital building block of bones, muscles, cartilage, skin, and blood. If you're physically active or trying to build muscle, getting enough protein is non-negotiable. A single serving of pork rinds can provide a significant amount of your daily protein needs. This high protein content also contributes to satiety, that feeling of fullness. This means you're less likely to overeat later, making it a surprisingly effective tool for weight management. But wait, there's more. One of the most exciting benefits of pork rinds is their high collagen content. You've probably seen collagen supplements everywhere, promoted for their amazing effects on skin, hair, nails, and joints. Well, pork rinds are a natural whole food source of collagen. As we age, our body's natural collagen production declines, leading to wrinkles, sagging skin, and achy joints. Consuming collagen-rich foods like pork rinds can help replenish your body's supply. It can improve skin elasticity, strengthen your hair and nails, and support the health of your connective tissues and joints. Think of it as an inside-out beauty and wellness treatment. Instead of buying an expensive powder, you could be getting your collagen from a delicious, crunchy snack. Another incredible benefit, and this is crucial for a huge portion of the population, is that pork rinds do not stimulate blood glucose production. They are a zero-glycemic food. This is fantastic news for anyone with insulin resistance, or anyone simply trying to maintain stable blood sugar levels. When you eat carbohydrates, your body breaks them down into glucose, which enters your bloodstream. This signals your pancreas to release insulin to shuttle that glucose into your cells for energy. Constant spikes in glucose and insulin can lead to a host of health problems over time. Because pork rinds contain virtually no carbohydrates, they don't trigger this response. They are an ideal snack for low-carb, ketogenic, and diabetic-friendly diets. This brings me to the most important rule of eating pork rinds. This is the part that turns this superfood into a health hazard if you get it wrong, and it's the reason pork rinds have such a bad reputation. You must never ever eat pork rinds with processed carbohydrates. Let me repeat that. Do not eat your pork rinds with chips, crackers, bread, sugary sauces, or drink them with a soda. This is the critical piece of the puzzle. Let's break down the science of why this combination is so detrimental. When you consume processed carbohydrates, your blood sugar spikes dramatically. In response, your body releases a flood of insulin. One of insulin's jobs is to promote fat storage. At the same time, high blood sugar is toxic to the delicate lining of your arteries, called the endothelium, This high glucose level causes inflammation and damage to this lining. Now, you have a situation where your arteries are damaged and inflamed, and at the exact same moment, you have high levels of insulin telling your body to store the fat you just ate. So, what happens? The fats from the pork rinds, which on their own are beneficial, or at worst neutral, are now circulating in a high-sugar, high-insulin environment. This environment makes it much more likely for these fats, along with cholesterol, to get stuck in the damaged walls of your arteries. This is the very beginning of arterial plaque formation, the process known as atherosclerosis, which can lead to serious cardiovascular problems. The problem isn't the fat from the pork rinds. It's the toxic combination of that fat with a high-carb, high-sugar intake. The carbohydrates create the damage and the hormonal signal for storage, and the fat gets caught in the crossfire. Think about the typical way people eat pork rinds. They're often sold in gas stations right next to the candy and sodas. People grab a bag of pork rinds and a sugary drink, or maybe they eat them with a starchy dip. They're treating them like potato chips. This is the absolute worst way to consume them. It is this association and pattern of consumption that has given pork rinds their unhealthy label. It's guilt by association. The pork rind itself isn't the villain. The sugary, starchy sidekick is the real culprit. So, how should you eat them? Treat them as a pure protein and fat source. Enjoy them on their own, as a satisfying, crunchy snack. Pair them with other healthy low-carb foods. Use them as a vehicle for delicious dips like guacamole, which is full of healthy fats and fiber. Crush them up and use them as a zero-carb breading for chicken or fish. Use them in place of croutons on a salad to add a savory crunch without the empty carbs. Think of them as a component of a well-formulated low-carb meal, not as a junk food to be eaten with other junk food. When you shift your perspective and your habits, pork rinds transform from a dietary foe into a powerful ally. They can support your energy levels, help you build and maintain muscle, improve the health of your skin and joints, and keep your blood sugar stable. All of these benefits are unlocked simply by decoupling them from processed carbohydrates. It's about understanding the biological mechanisms at play and eating in a way that works with your body, not against it. Let's recap the amazing power of this misunderstood snack. You're getting healthy monounsaturated fats for your heart and brain. You're getting a source of clean, sustained energy that won't lead to a crash. You're getting a high dose of quality protein for muscle repair and satiety. You're getting a natural source of collagen for youthful skin and healthy joints. And you're doing all of this without spiking your blood sugar. That's an impressive resume for a snack that most people have written off. I encourage you to give pork rinds another look. But remember the golden rule. Enjoy them alone or with other low-carb real foods. Avoid the processed carbs and sugary drinks at all costs. Check the ingredient label when you buy them. The best ones contain just 2 ingredients, pork skin and salt. Avoid the ones with MSG, artificial flavors, and industrial seed oils. Make this simple change, and you can welcome this crunchy, savory, and surprisingly healthy snack back into your life. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this has cleared up some myths and given you a new appreciation for the humble pork rind. If you found this video helpful and informative, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. We love hearing from you, so drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts on pork rinds. Until next time, stay healthy and be well.